Hi beautiful people, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday so far. Welcome to Journey with Char. Today I come to you, I am making some Swedish meatballs, you guys. I am so excited. I will post the recipe below where you can have every single ingredient that's in the recipe, but I'm just going to show you a little bit of what is going into the Swedish meatballs right now. We have the Worcestershire sauce, which is going to go in the gravy. We have ground nutmeg, we have salt and pepper, which is sea salt and pepper, ground pepper. We have parsley here, we have 2 eggs, we have panko breadcrumbs, and that's the one I'm using. We have allspice here. I have garlic powder, but I'm also putting some fresh garlic in my meatballs because I just have to have the fresh. And then we have some onions here and also Dijon mustard. My son picked this one out. I usually use the pretty fancy Dijon mustard that comes in the glass, but we're going to see if this works. I mean, he was looking for the sale price, which is a good thing. But anyway, so today I'm making this and I'm going to do a double recipe. I do not add pork to my meat because I don't eat pork. So I will be doing 2 pounds of ground beef. So this recipe is doubled. So you'll see double allspice, double nutmeg, allspice. The recipe, if you're doing 1 pound, it does go by the 1 pound. Okay, you guys. So let's get started. I'm gonna go over to the stove. Oh, I wanted to also say this. I have extra onion cut up because I know the gravy does not ask for onion, but you guys, I am so stuck on I have to have onion in my gravy, so I'm going to add some onion. This is not going to go, you guys strictly go by the recipe. This is just what I'm doing different. I'm adding onion to my gravy, and also this is in the gravy, the extra parsley. So I have parsley that goes into the meatballs, but then I also cut up some extra parsley here to put in the gravy just for extra greenery, y'all, because I love parsley in all of my food because it just gives the most prettiest, it just makes your food look better to me. Okay, you guys, so let's go over to the stove and we're going to saute the onions. You guys stay tuned. And if you're new to my channel, your first time watching, you guys, if you like what you see by the end of the vlog, please press that subscribe button, like and share. Also leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. So stay tuned for the delicious Swedish meatballs. So excited. All right, you guys, see you soon. Alright, you guys, so now we're at the stove. What I have in here is butter, and I use the Kerrygo. Let me show you which one I use. That's the Kerrygo. I use butter, and also I put some olive oil in here. Now we want this to get like a nice translucent, not too much caramelized, but we want a nice translucent color. Another thing, I am using the Pioneer Woman pan here, which I love, you guys. Her pans are just fantastic. As you can see, I've been using this one and it's still in excellent condition. Very happy with the Pioneer Woman cookware. So right now we're going to saute this, and y'all don't mind me. Like I said, I have a thing where I have to see some green in my food, so I'm gonna bring this back because it's getting a little yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna add just some regular dried parsley flakes in this onion mix, so in the onion. So now we're going to just make sure that's nice and sauteed. Get that nice, and the butter just gives the onion a little bit more flavor. And also I added the olive oil just so that the butter doesn't brown really quick. So that's why I add the olive oil, even though we all know olive oil can get hot quick, but this is on a nice, it's not on high. So we're just going to let that get nice and brown, and then right at the end I'm going to, okay, let me tell you guys a little thing about me making this Swedish meatballs today. So I don't know why I just decided to make the Swedish meatball. Well, Pinterest pulls you to want to try so many different recipes. I'm going to talk to you guys while I'm cooking this. It pulls you to want to try so many recipes because there's so many different delicious recipes that are on Pinterest. That's why I love Pinterest. And so what I did was I saw a recipe pop up with Swedish meatballs, and I said, oh my goodness, the last time I had Swedish meatballs was at my baby shower. My son is now 28 years old. It has been a long time since I had Swedish meatballs, and I loved them when I tried them the first time. My aunt, who is a fantastic cook, she made the Swedish meatballs, and they were delicious. And so I hope my Swedish meatballs come out just as good as hers today. But I never got her recipe. I never knew how she did it. So today we're trying a recipe, and I will put this recipe below. But that was the last time I had some Swedish meatballs, y'all. So I'm really excited about this. And I'm going to put the egg noodles on. Let me show you which egg noodles that I am using. I'm just doing the plain. These were on sale. My son did a good job getting the ingredients last night. But these were on sale. These egg noodles here. I'll show you guys. The extra wide egg noodle. Those were the ones that he got last night. And these were on sale. So we have 2 of those. Okay, you guys, these onions are just about ready. I'm going to set these to a side because I don't like putting hot onion into the meat. So I'm going to set these to a side. You know what? Go get those spices for me. I'm going to add the spices. Okay, I'm using this ground nutmeg by McCormick. And then I'm using this Allspice by McCormick. Okay, you guys, I want this to get too brown. There we go. We have our onions here. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to add, I'm going to turn this down even more, just a little bit. I'm going to add the spices, the nutmeg and the allspice, you guys, and I'm just going to bring this together. Already smells good. I wish we had smell-o-vision, y'all. This smells absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and then we're going to put this to a side. Where's that glass one? That one? So I can just put them into a side. So you guys, that smells so good. Sorry for the steam, you guys. That's what happens when you cook. You know already. Okay, so we're just going to mix that up in there. Make sure there's no lumps with the allspice. With the onions, y'all. It smells so wonderful. It smells so good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to transfer this into a glass. Can't do that while I'm holding the camera, okay? So you guys hold on one moment. Okay, you guys, so I have the Panko breadcrumbs here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some milk so that it can just start soaking up in that breadcrumb, okay, you guys? So, and let me just stir that a little bit so that, and let that sit there for about 10 minutes, just so that it can be ready to add to the mixture. Okay, you guys, so I'm just making sure all of that is wet, and then I'm going to leave it alone, let that sit. Okay, so this is the onion here. This is the onion here, and it's almost cooled. And then I'm going to add it to the 2-pound beef that I have here, you guys, and then we're going to be ready to assemble. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, you guys, I also have this pan here, just this pan, and I'm going to, just a regular cookie sheet, and I'm going to put the meatballs on top of this cookie sheet. Okay, you guys, so we're going to add everything together. So we have the onions going in. Let you guys see what I'm doing. Yes, there we go. Gonna have the onions. Ooh, y'all, this smells so good. I don't like to leave no onion unscathed, y'all. It's gotta be touched. It's gotta be added. You cannot escape. Okay, and so then we're gonna add the fresh garlic. I like to break my garlic up. Okay, and then we're gonna add the fresh parsley, you guys. Then we're gonna put in the salt and pepper, and like I said, I will have the recipe to this down below. Then we're going to add in the garlic powder. Okay, and then next we're going to add the Panko breadcrumbs. Hold on one moment, let me just get that another stir. So we're going to add the Panko breadcrumbs. You guys, it smells so good. And add 2 eggs, so that's 1 egg going in, and then we're going to add another egg. I don't know why I did that, because a shell could have went in, but it's easily to come out, you guys, so don't worry. Okay, then we're going to add another egg. So now I'm going to get in here. My hands are clean, you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is, I just wanted to show you how I ball the meat up. And so I did that 1 tablespoon here. And so this is what I do. Each row. These are the ones that I've rolled so far, you guys. And now I'm putting this one down. Okay. Now I'm putting this one down. And this is what I do. Here, one more. Let me show you guys one more time so that you can say, well, how does she roll that? So what I did was I take the meat and then I go all around the spoon. Pull off the extra and then, pull off the extra and then just roll. All right, so stay tuned. Next up, we're going to fry the meatballs. Okay, you guys, so stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so these are the finished meatballs. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the stove and I'm going to cook them on top of the stove, you guys, so stay tuned. How many did I get out here? Let's see, 1, 2, that's 15, 22 meatballs, you guys, 22. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so what I did was I added some butter and olive oil in here, and I'm going to sear the meatballs to where they get nice and brown all around, and then I'm going to place them on another sheet pan and then put them in the oven and let them stay warm on low while they're cooking. But also, once the gravy is done, they're pretty much finished off in the gravy once the gravy is all done. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to place them with my hand because we want them to keep their shape. We're going to we don't want to crowd the pan. So I'm going to do, it's going to take a while, you guys. So I just want you to see how that's going so far. So I'm just going to do 4 right now because I don't want them to be crowded and then steam begins to develop. We want that browning all around. So I'm going to finish these off and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. And then we're going to start with the gravy. And also, we're going to start boiling the water for the noodles. So you guys stay tuned. So this is what the meatballs look like so far when they're browned. And I'm trying to brown them all around. And also, you want to make sure you keep your eye not too high, because if you cook it too high, then you don't want the drippings to be too dark. So keep it at a nice level. And what is it? Nice temperature. Thank you, Mama. Keep it at a nice temperature, you guys. If it's too high, you don't want it to be too dark. So that the drippings from this and the butter you see, all that is going to also be added to the gravy. Now, if it's too much of the fat from the beef, I will drain some of the fat. Okay, you guys, so stay tuned. I'm so excited. Guys, welcome back. So in this skillet, I have 8 tablespoons of butter. Y'all might say, what? But I'm doubling the recipe. So it's asked for 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm doing 8 tablespoons of butter. And what I'm going to do is turn that up. And once the butter begins to really melt, I'm going to start adding the flour. And it's asked for 3 tablespoons of flour. However, I'm doing 6 because, like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. This can, today, on Sundays, you guys, I eat on Sundays. It's my cheat day. It's my family supper. We all, after church, we get together and we've been doing this for years. So through the week, I eat healthy, but on the weekend, I do treat myself to a little something, because I love to cook as well. And so what we're going to do is, this week, this will probably help my son for lunch and also maybe for dinner a couple of nights. So this meal is going to last pretty much for the week. Okay, so you see the butter is coming together. And so what we're going to do here is make a roux. Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you. Remember I told you I was going to add it to the drippings? It was way too much fat for my liking with the butter and the olive oil. So I went ahead on and drained it. And I know you're saying, but this is butter fat, but it's butter. It's grass-fed butter, and that's okay. I just did not want the beef fat to be included in this. Okay, so you guys, what I'm going to do now is start adding. Mommy, can you come hold this? I'm going to start adding, and we're just going to stir, 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 and the lumps are going to go away eventually, you guys. We're going to get in here, and we're making this roux. We're going to stir. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, it smells so good. Not this, but the, because what I did, I browned the meat. And then what I did, I added, can you get the beef broth for me? I ground the meat, and then what I did, I added the meat. I let it finish off in the stove, in my oven, because I wanted it brown. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add the beef broth here. I'm going to add the beef broth here. You guys stay tuned. So it's turning brown. We want it to turn brown so we can give really pretty color to the gravy. And then I'm going to add 4 cups of beef broth to this, because this devil is asking for 2 for 1 beef. But because I have 2 beefs, 4 cups of beef broth. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to add some mustard. Y'all see how pretty that's all coming together? I love the color that it's getting. So I added the beef broth. As you can see, there's no lumps, and that is going to get thicker, okay, you guys? So once we get to the finish, I'm going to add the cream. Once we get to the finished product, I'll let you see what that looks like. Stay tuned. Now that it's boiling, and you see, oh, you guys, it's so delicious. I tasted the gravy. I'm going to add a little bit more parsley, but right now what we're going to do, we're going to set the meatballs. Okay, so this is the gravy, and it's finishing. I've already added the mustard, the Worcestershire sauce, and the cream. And so what we're going to do, it's getting thicker, but we want to also put that meat in there so that meat can also, look at that, you guys. We're putting them in there. Okay, just placing the meatballs in here. And these meatballs were finished off in the oven, so it's not going to take long. You guys, that gravy is so flavorful. And we did taste 1 meatball. Oh my gosh, this recipe is so divine. It is so good, you guys.
Makes me want to slap her.
It reminds me so much of my aunt when she made her meatballs years ago for my my baby shower. So okay, so that's all of them. Now what we're gonna do is just let it sit. I'm gonna add some more parsley to this. Completely covered in gravy, you guys. Look at that. I could have probably made more meatballs. Look at that. I could have made more meatballs. It's gonna be a lot of gravy. I might even just do that, you guys. Alright, so stay tuned for the finished product, okay? Yum, 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 yum. And this is the egg noodles. Now finished, and I'm going to drain them. And then we're gonna let everything cool off and come together, and everything should be done. Okay, you guys, so this is where we're at so far. It's still kind of boiling. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit more, but as you can see the meatballs more better, whereas before it was completely covered because the gravy is getting thicker as we speak. So I'm gonna let it get a little bit more thicker, and then let it cool off, because as it cools off, it will get a little thicker too. And then we can plate up and let you guys see what we're having for Sunday supper. You guys, it smells so good, and that gravy is so savory. And when you put the beef in, it's just like, even though the beef is cooked, it just adds another, that broth, and then the beef of the meatballs just adds such an amazing flavor to it, you guys. Yeah, it's a rich, I'm not even going to sit up there and lie to you. It is a rich dish. So this is not for those who are on a diet, but if you like I said, if you do a Sunday treat, like I do, if you do a Sunday treat, this is not harmful because you shouldn't be eating a whole big gigantic plate full. Although I'm gonna do a plate so you guys can just see just how pretty it is. But it's really coming together. Look at all those beautiful. And I did add more parsley, if you can see down in there. These are the finished noodles. I have them covered. And we had the birthday. If y'all want to watch, you got a birthday balloon. We had a little birthday celebration the other day, so I just kept that up. But anyway, I'm going to have this with garlic bread today. So I'm going to put this on this pan and then let it cook. And I'll show you guys the finished results, so stay tuned. So this is what the garlic bread looks like. Y'all know I'm crazy about my parsley, so I am going to add a little bit more parsley on top of here. Just so it can be a little bit more. Y'all gonna say her and that parsley. Y'all believe me, trust me. Okay, so this is what I want y'all to do. You guys who are saying she is in love with parsley. Okay, look at this. Which one look better? That one or that one? Yeah, right. The one with the parsley, right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. And then we're going to put this up in the oven. And I need to see how long. Okay, so there we go. See how pretty that is? Alright, you guys, so I'm going to let this cook in the oven and I'll show you what this looks like finished. Okay, so stay tuned. We are finished with the beautiful garlic bread here. And this is how it came out. And I'm about to cut these in like diagonal little slices. And I'll show you what that looks like when it's done, okay? But oh, the smell-o-vision is real. I wish it was real, y'all. It smells so good. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished plate. This is my son's plate, not mine. So we have the meatballs. Y'all, look how beautiful that gravy came out. Oh, absolutely delicious. Just want you to see that. This is the garlic bread. And we did kale and spinach once again. And you guys, fantastic. This is the finished meal. Okay, happy Sunday supper, you guys. And thank you so much for watching Journey with Char today as I prepared this Sunday supper. And hope you guys have a lovely rest of the day and a beautiful, blessed, prosperous week. And also, if you like what my channel, you like what I did today, please subscribe, like, and share. Also leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. You guys stay tuned and I'll see you soon. God bless. God bless you guys. Have a good day.